Signs he's falling in love with you. Every guy shows this one sign. This video reveals the signs he's falling in love with you so you don't risk embarrassment or being wrong about something that is so important to you. This video is gonna reveal signs that he's falling in love, and it's really more specific because I'm gonna make sure that you don't make the biggest mistake that most women make when they interrupt a man's process of falling in love and they don't even know what they did wrong. So this will help you make him yours instead. I'm gonna reveal how to create a world built for two simulation as well that makes him feel very bonded to you in a way that will deepen, enhance, and strengthen your connection. So, hey, it's Erin, your personal love expert, back again on the channel where we make men make sense. VixenDaily. If you wanna learn the signs that guys falling in love with you, then write "I'm ready" right now in the comments while the intro plays. This video has been requested so many times, so I hope you guys enjoy. But before we dive in, I have a very small favor to ask. If you like this video, any of my videos, anything about me, what I'm wearing, love advice, give me a like, a thumbs up, give me a like, share, subscribe, tell people all about it. So let's dive into number one. You have inside jokes. So what this means is actually a very powerful thing because you have a world that you and him have kind of built together. It's a seed of being a couple and in a partnership. So you have your own silly words and inside jokes that you only use with each other. And it's as if you have your own private special world that includes only the two of you. This is a big sign he's falling in love with you. And one of the signs he's falling in love because it's a powerful thing that happens. He'll maybe call you unique names that are special to you, maybe pet names or jokes that are possibly off the wall, but they're genuine. So here's the world built for two simulation, right? A simulation means an imitation of a situation or a process. So you kind of imitate first, but then you make it a reality and start the simulation. This is one of the best ways to make him fall in love with you, and it's gonna make it really clear to him why he should be with you. So a lot of men will not realize that they're falling in love, but this will kind of highlight it. Here's how to do the simulation. Do you have any common interests that are different than society, right? This is how you build this world built for two simulation. You set the table and the foundation of what you guys share. So the super tip is to highlight this. And by this, I mean the fact that you share this different flavor of enjoying life, and you will build a life together because you have this core similarity that is the key for creating a partnership, right? The key here, the winning perspective, is the inner world built for two that you're creating. It's kind of like the Lana Del Rey song. I think a lyric is "the world was built for two." It's one of her most harrowing songs, but there are a lot of them. Now, real quick, I want to point something out. Maybe this is the first video you've ever watched by me, or maybe you already subscribed to this channel and watch all my videos, but I want to point out that what I'm really showing you is what the perspective is that really works to make your love life effortless, easy, and just plain work the way you've always wanted it to work. And it makes a difference between whether you're feeling worried, confused, and frustrated, or if things make perfect sense, you feel clear, confident, and your relationship just plain works without any stress. So regardless of whether or not you subscribe to the channel, when you watch my videos, no matter what they're about, I want you to pay close attention to the perspective I show you, because that's where 90% of the power comes from to make your love life great. Number two, he genuinely listens to you. So what does that mean? It means he's intrigued and interested, so he could possibly be able to fall in love. Now, he's genuinely curious, he listens, and he even remembers what you say. Now, don't go all crazy and start trying to test him and see if he remembers things you say, but if you do notice that he has, that's a very good sign. Number three, he wants to immerse himself in your life. What does that mean? It means he inherently enjoys you and wants to get closer, because the closer he gets, the better he feels with you and the more solid the future with you becomes, which he wants. He wants to move more towards you and know you more deeply. He wants to meet your family and your friends, and he really wants them to like him. He makes an effort to get to know them and even make a good impression. He wants to know all about your passions, your hobbies, and he tries to connect to these areas of your life as much as possible. And at the same time, he wants to immerse you in his life and for you to meet all his people, his best friends, the people he's close to, the important people in his life, and he wants them to love you the way he does. And more than that, he includes you in his bigger life plan. He doesn't speak about the future vaguely. Instead, he makes it clear that he envisions a future with you in it. The funny thing is, when women are in a relationship where there's real love, they laugh and wonder why they wasted so much time chasing men who didn't love them and who were never going to. And this sign doesn't happen because a woman forced it to happen. It happens naturally and so easily. It's almost obvious that it would go this way from the very beginning. Number 4, he shares things with you. This is the number 1 sign, and it's rare. So if a man is sharing vulnerable stuff with you, then he is probably falling in love. So he doesn't like to open up about personal things, but with you, it's different. He knows you would never judge him, and he can be vulnerable with you, which is one of the biggest compliments he can give. He shows you he cares by giving access to his true emotions, and you will know the mask he wears versus the you that only you or a select few know. This is tricky because you might try to see, well, how do you know if he's open versus the mask, and the man inside versus the mask? Well, here's how. Who is he when you first met him? Compare that to now. Is there a certain humanness to him? Think of moments where maybe you were surprised by something he said, that it was so different and so unique. And if you can't think of anything, don't worry, it could still happen, but probably hasn't enough. And if you have not noticed, start to pay attention and value this because it's rare. Number 5, he really sees you. Okay. What does this mean? I'll tell you. It means he pays a lot of attention to you. He loves things about you, and it's to such an extent that he remembers details and has a true idea of who you are, to the point that he knows the real you, and he loves you more than he even thought. And the more he knows, the more he loves you. It's one of the best ways to know if a man's falling in love. Now, when doing relationship coaching, women often ask, how to know if a guy loves you? The best dating advice comes about when you think of how do men fall in love and how men love, and one of the top signs he loves me is centered around being clear about whether or not he really sees you. So he'll notice things about you that others don't. Maybe he even sees things about you and identifies things about you that you didn't even realize. He knows how your mind works, how you process emotions, how you express yourself. He doesn't just love you. He loves the things about you. He might ask questions and comment on things that surprise you. I'm not saying he loves everything and that he's fawning over every detail, but he definitely likes things about you, and it's not even gonna be an all the time thing, but he'll be saying things and it'll be things that he means, and these will be rare but magical moments where you really see his love. Number 6, he mentions a future that you're clearly a part of, right? You are clearly in his future. He wants to have you in his life for a long time. He's making sure to lock you down, and he'll even make casual comments that say that you'll be there in the future, or maybe blatant ones. But he'll either do it in a way that's subtle or clear, and he'll do it many times, not just one. But if you really stop and think, has he mentioned me at all for the future? And if that's a yes, that's a very strong sign that he definitely is either in love with you or on the way to loving you. Number 7, he says things about wanting to know if you're single. So he cares about your relationship status and probably wants to know if he can date you. He wants to make sure that he knows if he has competition or not. So he might make casual comments or even blatant ones, but he'll either do it in a subtle or clear way, but he'll probably be mentioning it because he just wants to know. So I wanna present you guys with something that I think you'll be excited by, because we get so many comments these days now, and you know I try to reply to everyone, but I've wanted to create a private group where you can get individual attention from me to help with whatever you're dealing with in your love life, so there's no more problems, confusion, and heartbreak. But space is limited, but if there's still space available, you can of course connect with me in the insider group, VixenInsider.com. That's VixenInsider.com. There you go. I hope this helped you. Be sure to comment with your thoughts on this topic and any questions you might have, and subscribe to the channel for more love advice so you can have the love life you really want. And I will see you next time.